everybody, welcome back. On Monday, we talked about doing some time. We talked about what a clock is and how it works. We also talked about My Grouchy Ladybug, which was one of my favorite stories by Eric Carle. And I loved all of your writing pieces about what makes you grouchy. I thought they were hilarious. I love it. This week, or not this week, but today, we're going to review our time real quick. We're going to add in some minutes, and then we're going to read another one of my favorite Eric Carle books about, and I know it's a favorite amongst everybody, so we'll get there. But first I want to talk about our clock. Again, remember, this tall guy, he tells us the minutes, and this guy tells us the hour. We also talked real quick about digital clocks and how before the dots tells us the hour and after the dots tell us the minute. So today I want to play around with some minutes. I'm going to leave my hour hand. So when my big hand is pointing to the 12 and my little hand is pointing to that number, it tells me that it is 6 o'clock. Okay, so I know that it's 6 and 0 minutes is what we say, because when it starts up here, it's starting at like the beginning of the hour. And then we talked really quickly about if my big hand goes to this number, okay? I know it's going to the number 1, but only the little guy says the 1. Our tall guy here says the minutes. And see how there's these little dots here? That counts us up to 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like when we count by 5s. So this would tell us that it is 6:05. 5 minutes after 6 o'clock. If it goes one more, now it's 5:00. Just gonna use my sleeve. 6. If I put it all the way down here, that tells me it's 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes after 6. If it comes down here, and they're both pointing to the 6, my little hand is telling us that it's the 6th hour, and my small hand is telling us that it's been 30 minutes. And we usually kind of cheat when we say that. Most people don't say 6 hours and 30 minutes. Usually we say 6:30. That's a half of an hour, because that's half of this whole thing. So when people say half an hour, they're talking about 30 minutes. And then if I come on up here, see, it's pointing to 50 minutes. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So I would write 50 minutes because my hour hand is still on that 6. And then once it gets all the way back around, you don't write 6 hours and 60 minutes. You don't do that. When it goes all the way around, this little guy will move over to here. And that makes it 7 hours and 0 minutes. That makes it 7 o'clock. All right, boys and girls? So that one's going to tell us that, just going through the minutes. We'll have some extra math activities that I put on my website if you want to check them out. Yeah, so check out the clocks. Pay attention to them. Check out these faces and try to tell time. All right, so now we're going to read one of my favorite Eric Carle stories, and I know you guys love it too. The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. And this one kind of talks about the life cycle of a caterpillar. And today, while we're listening to this story, I attached a story map. So I want you to be paying attention to the characters in our story, where our story is taking place, and what happens first, in the middle, and last. Okay, so when you're done, I want you to be able to use that stuff to retell the story. So here's my hungry caterpillar. He's the cutest, isn't he? I'm hoping that he's not very see-through with the pictures, but we'll see. And I'm reading this with the permission of Scholastic. In the light of the moon, the little egg lay on a leaf. There's that tiny little egg. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up and pop, out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar. He started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through 1 apple, but he was still hungry. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and 1 slice of watermelon. And that night, he had a stomach ache. This sounds like me during this whole quarantine of staying at home, friends. I don't know about you, but I've been snacking on all kinds of stuff. So I think that's what's happening to our hungry caterpillar. Now he's got a bellyache because he ate too much. So the next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf, and he felt much better. He had a nice healthy meal, and he feels better. But now he wasn't hungry anymore. And he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore because all those snacks. He was a big, fat caterpillar. Look how big he got. He built a small house called a cocoon around himself, and he stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and he was a beautiful butterfly. My kids used to like it when we would do this. He's a beautiful butterfly. So there is our hungry caterpillar. It's a good story. And we're going to talk, there's a little paper for you guys. You can draw who the characters were in the story. You can tell me where the story took place, what happened. And you can tell me what happened in the beginning, the middle, and the end. And you can really look at the life cycle of a caterpillar, right, boys and girls? He started as an egg. Out of the egg came the baby caterpillar. And then he ate all kinds of crazy food and got real big. And then he went inside his cocoon and came out as a beautiful butterfly. And the beautiful butterfly will then lay an egg on a leaf. And out of the egg will come a caterpillar. And they'll eat and get fat and go into a cocoon and be a butterfly. And they'll lay an egg and it'll just keep going and going. Okay, so Eric Carle wrote a really cute, fun story about a caterpillar. But the life cycle is true, isn't it, friends? All right, so there's a sheet attached for you guys to do about the very hungry caterpillar. You guys can work on that. I'll have some more time sheets on my teacher website if you want to keep practicing telling time. And if you have any questions, let me know. All right, boys and girls, have a great rest of your week. I'll see you soon.